Hey guys, Ranch Imperial, no start of commentary, and this time no countdown, no intro, nothing. We just get right into the thing. SkyHigh playing his third game and being faced off against Spear of the Shield Clan. Whoa, whoa. Yeah. So Spear, wow, guy I haven't seen much of at all, being pushed out here as a protoss player on Medusa, which is what I assume is the reason, because Medusa is such a Protoss versus Terran favorite map, and I think SkyHigh, I'm not sure, he might have a weakness against Protoss. Honestly, I don't know, because I don't have statistics, but I know that Medusa is a very Protoss favorite map. So we're going to see what kind of builds each player goes for. I haven't seen Spear play much at all. Now, to quickly get positioned at 3 o'clock, we're going to have, in orange, we're going to have the Terran SkyHigh, and at 7 o'clock, we're going to have, in light blue, Spear the Protoss. I haven't seen Spear play much at all, so we're going to see what each player goes for now. Spear's just going to get his pylon down. Overall, I think that might be it. Why they're trying to get a win here, just quickly. Honestly, should have been. You just see right now. I mean, first Jaedong plays, right, and after that they're like, Young, okay, is a good player, but just didn't do too well there, playing very risky. Now they're pulling off Spear, and who's Spear? Do you know who Spear is? I don't know who Spear is. Do you know who Spear is? I'm not trying to be insultive or anything, but honestly, I think the team, if they had Backo, they'd probably definitely pull Backo here instead to try to win this for him. But I just don't think, especially having lost for GG, I don't think Hwaseung really has anyone left. I think they might have been just getting that for any money or something they might have had, because I think this really right now, this Pro League season they might be thinking of this, they're really like last chance. They're probably just gonna possibly even try to rebuild this game. Someone they're predicting a 4-2 win for Hwaseung. That just might come to pass right here. I'm gonna see what happens. This picture of Savior covering his mouth, because honestly, Iris, Savior, and Effort are the aces, quote unquote aces of CJ Entus, and they just haven't done much at all. So it's all gonna come down to Sky here. Now picture Jaedong there, Jaedong sitting going, Jesus, you guys, seriously, you haven't finished this off yet? What the hell? You guys, seriously, you guys, no, I'm being serious, you guys, seriously. So there, a CJ fan predicting an all-kill, and just might be an all-kill for SkyHigh here. We're going to see what happens. Probe, Scout's not going out for both directions. Sky is scouting correctly. We're going to see whether it actually meets that probe as it goes out to Scout or not. No, not going to happen, so the Scout's going to be a little bit late for Spear. Spear, I think, actually went for his Nexus behind him, his mineral line, before anything else. Not a lot of gas being mined, so he just got enough for his one factory. That tells me he's going to probably expand after the one factory, get maybe one single tank out, then expand. So Gateway there, ready for Spear, and that Nexus there at the mineral only, so it's just trying to get him quick expansion. It's not really that much of a standard play as Protoss. Usually just get Gateway, Cybernetic Core, Gateway, press out with some Dragoons and get your natural, but on this map it's just a little bit different. It allows the Protoss to play a little bit more safer, a little bit more turtle, take that mineral only Nexus inside of their base, and then push out just a little bit later. He's going to have those Dragoons out fairly soon, though. Now there's going to be some probe transfers going down behind into that mineral only for Spear. Now going to finally go out and try to get the Scout and first Marines now out, as well as a factory coming down on the way. Now on the way for SkyHigh. So yeah, for machine shop also come down along that factory, and that probe is actually going to be able to get through. That one single Marine just not enough to block him off, really. Nothing real there. SkyHigh, one single other Marine actually does take out the probe, and I think the probe actually might not have gotten the Scout. I'm not quite sure whether he got the Scout. He might have just barely seen the machine shop, but I'm not quite sure. Machine shop is going to be put down there though. First Zealot now out on the other side for Spear, but that's not going to be enough to prevent that one single SCV Scout. He's going to have to need some Dragoons. Machine Shop now finally spinning. We're going to see whether that's going to be range. We're going to see SkyHigh apparently might be transitioning, instead of going for he might be going for expansion, but he might also actually be transitioning into a Marine and tank push. He doesn't have that many Marines though. You need at least 6 Marines alongside a tank or 2 to push out. No, he's actually indeed going to expand. Just going to put those Marines there and put down his natural expansion, try to get an economic advantage going. But not really an economic advantage, because Spear has had his own economic advantage going for us, and he's had that Nexus there and behind. The Goons are now finally going to catch up to that one single SCV, going to try to steal Violin Cannon, going to see if there's anything hidden along the bushes. Now finally going to get killed and taken out by this Marines. Meanwhile, now a tank and 4 Marines going to push out a little bit by SkyHigh, going to get some spots, going to put on a little bit of pressure, going to be met with one single Zealot and Dragoon as well. Going to instantly attack the Zealot, going to push that instantly back, and now Spear is going to push back a little bit back into his base. He has a couple of Dragoons there to support. Also now, Vulture's out with Mine, so that's what he went for instead of the Siege. he actually went for mines. He was going to use those mines to try to take out as many Dragoons as he can. Actually going to keep Spear inside of his base, trying to prevent him from getting any scouts in, because Spear honestly has no idea what SkyHigh is doing. He's not gotten a single scout. Now he's going to be blocking off his natural, putting down mines in the road there. And I think those are actually the MSL commentators sitting there. I definitely think I recognize Nalra in the group of people. Third gateway now being put down alongside that robotics facility. Yeah, so I think I said that right. Second factory now on the other side being put down by SkyHigh. Feel a little bit rusty, not being able to commentate a lot due to this internet bullcrap that I'm going through here in Iceland. Robotics facility, yeah, that is indeed, that is what it is called. Plenty of mines being put down everywhere. Several more vultures going out around, and fans keep blocking their faces. Third factory going out for Sky. The one vulture going to go in inside, not really going to do much. He has no mines, just trying to spot the overall forces and trying to do some little bit of damage. On the other side, there's a couple of tanks and several marines defending the natural. More factories being put down. So he's going to build up a decent side force. Observatory first from Spear, and I think this is a smart idea. First of all, there are mines all over the place. He spotted those vultures. He's going to need those to take care of the mines so he can actually push out, because pushing out at this point in time would be very advantageous to Spear, because there's not really a lot of ground forces quite yet out there for SkyHigh, and also that he hasn't gotten the scout at all this game. His one probe was killed just before he managed to get a proper scout. Now was also denied that scout with that zealot. It was trying to push out just because SkyHigh had the perfect timing, pushed out with his marines in there, and now actually going to be a shuttle from that robotics facility. So it's going to be a zealot drop. That's indeed what he's going to go for. There is an engineer bay ready on the other side for SkyHigh, so he's actually going to go for that other thing. And now going to see whether SCV going to try to get through there with that mineral trick or not. We're going to see what actually tries that or not. It seems like he's going to be trying to do that. We're just going to mine that out. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen there. Random pylon for gateway purposes. Observer now finally to help him out against that. No drop yet. The shuttle just sitting there. So apparently he's getting that shuttle ready not to go for zealot drop, but just ready for some zealot bombs. Now they're going to be vultures pushing in. So Spear's going to find himself being pushed back into his natural with 3 tanks, several marines, and a few vultures. But I think he has more than enough dragoons really to help him against his vultures. They're going to push out, put down some mines to help him take care of this phone ring in the background, but I'm going to completely ignore that because there's the epic matchup coming here. So it's going to be vultures against dragoons. Dragoons alongside have that shuttle there with the zealots inside. And we're going to have one mine going off, not hitting anything. Tanks, meanwhile, being pushed back. 2 tanks going to have one single tank. We're going to see whether it actually manages to survive or not. I'm not quite sure. There's that one observer that's really going to help him out against all these mines. Now, vultures coming in from this side. You're going to try to push in a flank and to try to surround. And actually, 4 vultures are actually going to be able to go harass that single probe line. I'm going to see how much damage they actually manage to do. 4 or 5 vultures there. Meanwhile, now dragoons going to be delayed just a little bit by those mines because there is no observer there. Actually going to be able to do a lot of damage. A lot of probes going to be pulled off the line. A bunch of them getting killed there. On the opposite side, now Spear going to try to attack this. Now going to go into the Zealot's bomb. There are some mines there to help prevent that. There are some tanks that are trying to defend as they can, but now the Zealots are going to come in handy as they drop down. Now those dragoons are going to be pushing in on those siege tanks. SCV's being pulled off the line, trying to help take care of those. And the opposite side, vultures have taken out a crap load of probes, and all dragoons that have been there to defend have taken out. Now the other side, yeah, Spear has actually lost all of his dragoons that were going for the natural. Oh, SkyHigh, and SkyHigh apparently has managed to take an advantage here. He's taking down a lot of probes, shut down the natural, that mineral only behind the base of Spear. Now Spear trying to desperately keep that going, also trying to finally take down his natural, but overall, Sky has done a wonderful job of stopping that one attack, took down a crap load of dragoons, and just done a perfect job. Now again running out with some probes, also putting down a starport, so we're going to see what he's going to go for further upgrades. I mean, I haven't seen actually an army for him, so that actually might be for drop instead. Mines be put down, vultures just running around trying to do some more harassment because there's more now going to start attacking those gas producing probes and some probes there, trying to get some minerals, just trying to get as many kills as the economy as he can, just trying to drop the ball he can, also trying to use his mines to manage Jaedong sitting there watching, looking on, and man, this is wow. One vulture actually manages to get some 5 mine goes off on a dragoon, and wow, another mine going to be planned down. That goes down. That gets taken care of though before it does any more damage. But SkyHigh holds, does her damage and holds. Really should think about repairing the bunker. Nope, it's actually going to go bye-bye. So engineer bay floating around, starport now ready, and he's adding a control tower. So he's either going for drops or upgrades, but I don't think it's upgrades because he hasn't put any armory up yet. So